So, you know the saying, money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, if you don't have a lot of money to throw around, but you still need to get into the smartphone market, I think I got something for you. And it's from Samsung. Lego. What's up everybody, it's PJ the Great. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, you might want to consider subscribing right now. You can just press that little button at the bottom of the screen there and turn those notifications on so you'll know every time I'm uploading new videos like this one. I do tech tips and tricks as well as docu-vlogs and vlogs. Now, self-promotion out of the way. Let's talk about this guy right here. This is the Samsung Galaxy J3 Luna Pro. Let's say that fast 5 times. Basically, I picked this phone up on sale for $50. It used to be, I think, a $150 phone, then it reduced it to $99.99. Now you can pick this up for $49.99, and you can pick it up straight from Total Wireless. Other carriers are selling this as well, pay-as-you-go carriers for the same price. I went with Total Wireless because I liked the plan that they had to offer. And this video is in no way, shape, or form sponsored. Not an ad. I picked this up for my own personal use. Now here's the box right here, and basically what you get in the box is you get your service guide here, and then you get an activation card that I'm not going to show you, of course. And you get your power cable, which is micro USB. You're not going to get USB-C with a $50 phone. You're just not going to get that. And you get a little power brick. This is the little box that it comes in here, and you can open it up and preview it right there. Of course, it's not in the box because I've been using this phone for about a week now. I honestly wanted to use this phone for a week, test it out, and see if I like the phone and I like the service. Okay, so the next thing we want to go into are, what are the specs of this phone? What kind of specs are you getting for $49.99? Well, I'm going to share that with you right now. This is a 4G LTE device. I'm using it with Total Wireless, which uses the Verizon towers, which is pretty cool with me because my iPhone 7 Plus, I'm using that with Verizon, so I know what I'm getting. It comes with Android 6.0 Marshmallow. I'll probably just show my age there. Marshmallow. It has a 5-inch HD screen. When they say HD, they mean 720p, not full 1080p HD. But let me just tell you, the screen looks great. It really does. As long as you're not like all like this, pixel hunting. As long as you're using it like right here, like this, it looks great. 720p is just fine. Battery talk time is up to 25 hours, which is pretty decent. Standby time up to 20 days, which is amazing. And I want to talk about the battery a little bit more in a bit. It is Wi-Fi capable. It has internal storage ROM 16 gigabytes, which is nothing. But it is expandable with a micro SD card up to 256 gigabytes, which is insane. I have a 128 gigabyte micro SD card in here. With the micro SD cards, I mean, I'll talk about that later. It has Bluetooth 4.2 wireless technology, a 5 megapixel rear facing camera, 2 megapixel front facing camera, and it has a 1.4 gigahertz quad core processor in this thing. So yeah, the specs I think aren't too shabby for a device that's only $50. Now, let's talk about the photos and the video capabilities of this phone. As mentioned, it has a 2 megapixel front facing camera and a 5 megapixel rear facing camera. Now, as far as the photos are concerned, I took a couple of photos with it that I share with you guys. The photos don't look too shabby at all. I mean, it looks great for being a 5 megapixel camera. And then I even took a selfie with it, with the front facing camera, just to see what the quality was like on that as well, just to see if it was, you know, in fact usable. It is usable. I mean, you're not going to get the quality that you would if you would have picked yourself up a Samsung Galaxy S8 or the new S9 that's out, but it's not too shabby. It'll get you by. And then as far as the video is concerned, if you're using the front facing camera, you're only going to get 720p quality. If you're using the rear facing camera here, you're going to get 1080p. So those videos, like if you're doing like your Instagram stories, just keep in mind that it's going to be 720p unless you turn it around like this and use the rear facing camera to get 1080p. Well, I can show you better than I can tell you. Check out this footage. Okay, so let's say you're just out going about your day, doing whatever you need to do, and you think to yourself, oh, I want to get my vlog on, and I got my trusty Samsung Galaxy J3 Luna Pro in my pocket. Can I pull this out and get a vlog on? Well, this is the front facing camera of this phone, and it shoots in 720p. So, well, keep in mind too that this is in a 1080p timeline, so then you have to ask yourself, are you willing to vlog in 720p on this phone? Snapchat, Instagram stories, I don't think that really matters. Now, the rear facing camera is 1080p, full 1080p. So I guess you could turn your phone around and you can vlog like this, but then you can't see if you're in the shot. You guys know how I feel about that. I don't really need a screen to be able to tell if I'm in the shot, but hey, this is 1080p, the rear facing camera. This is 5 megapixel. I forgot to mention that the front was 2 megapixel. And you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's try to shoot some B-roll with this. I'm sorry, I had to see if I could shoot B-roll with this thing, and kind of got away with it, but there's no image stabilization in this phone anywhere, so your boy had to do what he could do. But once again, highly emphasizing, this is a $50 phone. What do you want it to do? All right, so let's talk about the pros and the cons of picking up the $50 Samsung Galaxy J3 Luna Pro. Let's start off with the pros. The pros, obviously, it's only $49.99, so that is a big pro in my book. I think that is amazing, and what you get with this, I mean, for 50 bucks is amazing. This thing pretty much keeps up with everything that I'm throwing at it. I'm not doing anything major on it, so it's holding up just fine for a $50 phone, which is pretty cool. So that is the major pro there. Another pro is whether you go with Total Wireless, not sponsored, or I think Straight Talk even offers this phone, and some other of those pay-as-you-go carriers. The other pro is you're not locked into a contract, so you can be one and done with this. If you don't like it, you can swap out phones as much as you want to. There's definitely a pro when you're picking up a $50 phone with a plan that doesn't lock you into a contract, because if you want to change your mind, jump ship, go somewhere else, or even get another phone, you can do that. But yeah, I think this it's definitely a pro that you don't have to be locked into a contract, and you don't have to be committed to a $50 phone, because only $50. Okay, so we got to talk about the cons, right? What are the cons of picking up this Samsung device? One of the cons is it only comes with 16 gigabytes of onboard storage. Now, you heard me talk about you can add a micro SD card in here. I have a 128 gigabyte micro SD card in here. That's not really going to get you anywhere, especially if you're an app hoarder. There's only like a handful of apps that will allow you to transfer them over to the SD card. I know if you want to get into the business of rooting this phone, you can do that, and then you can move anything that you want to the micro SD. I believe Android has this feature where you can migrate your micro SD card into your internal storage and use them all as one unit. I've been doing some reading, and Samsung doesn't really like to let you do that. Some other phones allow you to do that, but you're not going to be able to do it on this, and I don't think you can do it on any other Samsung phone. If you know any different, please let me know down in the comment section, but I know you can't do it on this phone. So 16 gigabytes, just keep that in mind. You're not going to be able to get a lot of apps on here. Another con with this phone might be, you know, the size. I mean, it's a 5-inch screen. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I have the iPhone 7 Plus. I'm used to the 5.5 inch screen. It's not that bad. I don't know if you can really consider that a con. Most people don't like large phones, but some people may consider that as a con. But just think about it. It's a $50 phone. They do have a Samsung, I believe it's called the Prime, which is a 5.5 inch screen if you want to upgrade to that instead of doing this one. And it's like $50 more, $99.99, which is still a pretty good deal. It's pretty much the same phone, just a larger screen. And one more con for you is the fact that it only has 1.5 gigabytes of RAM. Now, I am an iPhone user. The reason why I am an iPhone user is because I've had bad luck with Android phones because they eat up a lot of RAM. There's always programs running in the background. I mean, like always, even when you close them, they're still running in the background. So 1.5 gigabytes of RAM is actually pretty good for $50. I saw some phones out there that I actually almost got. They only had 1 gigabyte. So I'm glad I found this one at the last minute. But just keep in mind that that RAM gets eaten up quick. Now it comes with this little built-in service, which I think is pretty cool, because the last time I owned an Android phone, it was the Galaxy Note 3. And you had to download an app to do this. It looks like now they have it integrated into the software. It's called device maintenance. And then if you go into there, it'll show you how your phone is performing, what everything is doing, and how to optimize your phone to make it run better. So I think that's a pretty cool feature, because that's been my major gripe with Android phones, is that they are RAM hungry. So this kind of helps. Guess you would consider that a pro, wouldn't you? Okay, in conclusion, who is this phone for? Now, here's what I think. I think this phone is for the person that definitely wants to get their feet wet in the realm of smartphones. They never had a smartphone before and they want to try it out. I think this is a great entry-level smartphone, especially for the price. 50 bucks, you can't beat that. So I think it's for that person. I think it's for like mom or dad or grandma or grandpa that you want to get them a phone and you want to get them a smartphone so they'll be able to check emails and things of that nature. This phone will serve them well. And if you have that nagging little kid that keeps asking you for a smart device and you don't want to shell out the money or put them on your major carrier plan, you can run out and pick this up, 50 bucks, get them on the total wireless plan, not sponsored, and be good to go. And you wouldn't care at all if they broke this phone or if they lost it, because it's only $50. So I think that's who this phone is for. Now, who it's not for, it is not for the power user. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm an iPhone 7 Plus user. I don't really consider myself a power user, but I got a ton of apps on this phone that I use on a day-to-day basis. And there's no way that I'm going to wake up one day and say, you know what, I don't need this phone anymore. I'm rocking this one full time. That's never gonna happen, because this phone is not gonna be able to handle what I throw at this phone. So if you're a power user, this is not going to be the phone for you. You can pick a different phone under the same carrier, not sponsored, that could do a little bit more, but you're not gonna get this phone and say this is gonna replace my Galaxy Note 8. You're just not gonna be able to do that. So don't think that at all about this device. Why did I buy it? I had all of my work stuff integrated on my personal cell phone, and I hated it. I want those two worlds separate. So that's the reason why I picked up this bad boy. I threw all of my work stuff on here. I primarily use this as a work phone, and it works perfectly for work, because the only thing I do with it is make phone calls, send a couple of texts, check emails, and I use a couple of social media apps and production or productive apps for work. So for a work phone, it's fine. I don't game on this phone. I don't game in general, so I really don't know how it would perform like for gaming, and I don't watch content on this phone. So for what I'm using it for, it's amazing at $50. And then with the total wireless plan, you pay $35, you get unlimited talk, unlimited text, and you get 5 gigs of data per month. I don't even use 5 gigabytes of data on my iPhone, so that's perfect right there. And if you buy the top off card from Walmart, they give you an extra gigabyte of data. So you're actually getting 6 gigabytes of data with unlimited talk and text for $35. Not sponsored. I had somebody rip me a new one in my Polaroid camera review, saying that I was like hyping up or helping Walmart. This is not sponsored. I just bought it from Walmart, okay? Take it down 1,000. There's also another option, like if you want to go online and do auto refill, they'll give you a discount if you do auto refill. Instead of $35 a month, it's $33 a month. That's what I opted for, because I don't want to have to run to the store and pick up one of these every month. Now with that auto enroll, I'm losing that extra gigabyte of data, but I'm not going to use 5 gigabytes of data, so it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm like halfway in the month, I think, since picking this phone up, and I haven't even used a gigabyte of data yet. So auto enroll me, make my life easier. Oh, and the case, this is a cool little case. This is a body glove case. Kind of reminds me of like one of those OtterBox commuter cases that got this thing for like 15 bucks. There's a box right there. It's cool, black, matches the phone, works just fine. Hey guys, if you like this video, do me a favor, give it a big old thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. You can do that by hitting that button down below, and don't forget to hit that little bell for notifications so you'll know every time I upload new videos. I hope this review was helpful to you. I mean, I'm not a phone expert by any stretch of the imagination. I think the only other phone review I did was on my 7 Plus when I bought it 2 years ago. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's a pretty cool phone and a good deal for what you're paying for. Do you have it? Do you like it? Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. If you have any questions about the phone, go ahead and hit me in the comment section and I'll answer those questions. This failed. Bam. I'm usually pretty good at responding to people when they have questions about products that I review. So go ahead and hit me up if you have a question and I'll respond to you as soon as possible. And For my regulars, I do have another docu-vlog coming your way. I'm going to a new place next weekend, more docu-vlog fun, so stick around for that. Until the next time I see you, this is your boy PJ the Great saying Audi 5000 G.